Okay, today's video is all about fashion. Yes, I love fashion. I might not be the most, expert in fashion or consider myself a fashionista by any means, but I can appreciate a nice outfit. I can appreciate a beautiful costume, design, and I normally have these conversations with my friends, family, and I thought to myself, wait a minute, you're my friend, you're my family. So I'm having this conversation with you today. So yeah, if you like fashion and you like movies, then this conversation is just for you. So you know what you need to do, honey. Yes, you need to stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel, Simply Fabulux. I'm Tatiana, and I like to talk about luxury goods and items, a little bit of lifestyle, and then I try to sprinkle in a bit of tips or advice that I've learned to share with you. Okay, so for today's video, it's about fashion. I love fashion. Okay, I can appreciate a good piece of, costume, a nice outfit thrown together. But what came to mind was I have been sick, with a cold. And sidebar, who gets sick with a cold during the summertime? Me, I do. With me being sick with a cold, I took some time off from work. I was kind of secluded, for those 3-4 days. And during that time, while I was trying to get myself better, I also took the opportunity to catch up on some TV shows, because I don't get to watch TV as much as I'd like sometimes, and movies. I had a list of movies that I've been wanting to watch, and I also watched some movies that I've, already seen, but I want to see it again. Just because I've seen it once and I liked it doesn't mean I can't watch it again. So I did that too. And while I was doing so, I'm like, man, the fashion in this movie, blowing me away. So that's what we're talking about today. Fashion in film. Because there's just some movies that I'm just like, round of applause. The fashion was chef's kiss. Whatever you need to say. It was fire, it was lit. I enjoyed it, and it really made the movie. But yeah, before we get into that topic, I want to ask you just a small favor as my friend, as my family, in case you haven't done so. First, go ahead and like this video. Yes, subscribe to this channel, and then hit that notification bell so you can be informed when I drop a new video, because I drop a new video every week. All right, now let's get into today's topic. The first movie I want to talk about, because I love this movie, and when you think of this movie, you might not, or at least when you think of this franchise, the first thing you don't think about is fashion. But this movie in particular, it brought it, because not only was the fashion incredible, this was the first movie of this franchise, this line of type of movies that actually won an Oscar for Best Costume Design. Yes, and if you don't know already, I am talking about a Marvel movie. What Marvel movie am I talking about? I am talking about Black Panther. Yes, that is a movie that I can honestly watch over and over again. Not because of just the beautiful fashion, but also I like the storyline. Rest in peace, Chadwick. But I love that movie. I love the little bits of comic relief in there, the action, the fighting. Can we talk about Michael B. Jordan? If there was ever a sexy villain, come on now, Killmonger. But we're getting off topic. Today's about fashion, all right? And the one thing I really loved about that movie was the fashion, the way that they were able to incorporate African tradition with futuristicness and the tech, that blendedness of the outfits that were done. made me want to move and live in Wakanda. Wakanda's not even real, but I'm like, where is it? Let me find a map. There has to be a place like this because the fashion was incredible. The city was beautiful. I'm like, okay, all right. I had to just mention that first because that was a movie that I watched. I watched part 2, but I definitely watched part 1. I can watch 1 over and over again. Ruth E. Carter, that is the costume designer who made that fabulous costumes, fashion in that movie, and really brought another level to the storytelling, to like what the city was about, you know, who the characters were. The fashion made me just be like, can I get that? Can I have that? So yeah, Black Panther, yes, definitely on my list when it comes to beautiful costume design, beautiful fashion, just the imagery that I got from this movie in the fashion sense, everything, loved it. Oh my gosh. The next movie, again, another movie that I can watch over and over again, Crazy Rich Asians. Yes, Crazy Rich Asians. Making sure I'm saying that right. Sometimes, you know, things can be a tongue twister when you're saying it so fast. But that movie right there, the outfits and the clothes in this movie were not just fancy, they were opulent. That wedding scene when, you know, one of the characters' friends got married and just the wedding was opulent. The gowns, oh my gosh, everything. I mean, that was the whole point of this movie, that everything was just over the top and beautiful. The clothing was beautiful. Even when they did that fun montage of Rachel like trying on new clothes, trying to figure out what she's gonna wear to this wedding that her boyfriend is the best man in, and she wore that Marquesha gown. Am I saying Marquesha right? It's a blue gown. Y'all know the movie. I'm gonna find a picture so y'all can see it. But man, did Rachel Chu, I think that was her name in the movie, Rachel Chu, looked gorgeous. She definitely had her own Cinderella moment. I think that's what they were going for, to have that beautiful icy blue dress on, and she made that entrance. Oh, and then when she caught eye with her boyfriend, like, and she had a little one tear, you know, coming down because the wedding had started and it was just so beautiful, and she was just like, I love you. He's like, I love you. Okay, girl. Okay. But yes, the fashion in that movie, the storyline, I mean, I'm ready for a Crazy Rich Asian too. Like, what happens to Rachel, and I want to say Daniel. I definitely want to see a part 2 of this movie. I want to see more fancy clothes, just more opulent designs, and then, I mean, they featured like fashion designers all over the world. There was Dior, Ralph Lauren. I mean, they really pulled from just all these different designers, and just to show like how it's put together. I mean, there was some beautiful pieces, accessories, and I love jewelry. Okay, if you know anything about me and this channel, I love jewelry, and there's pieces there from like Bulgari, from Chopard. I heard like Chopard brought, you know, fine jewelry on the set, some high jewelry as well, and they brought security guards. I mean, it makes sense, but not all the time when you see movies do they have like real, you know, diamonds or like even super expensive jewelry. You know, sometimes not even real bags. Like, you'll see shows or movies and they have like, I guess, costume designed bags, which I just found out talking to my essays, like, oh yeah, that bag wasn't real on that movie or on that TV show. I'm like, really? I thought that was a real Hermes bag. And they're like, no. But yeah, just to know that some of the stuff that was featured, they made sure like, we want the real stuff. We need to show how opulent, how rich these Asians are. And I appreciate it, because that really made the story, that really made the movie, that really lent into the stuff. Even though Rachel herself wasn't rich, you know, even her costumes, her pieces, her outfits were nice and sensible, but still very fashionable as well. Like, I would still wear that, you know, just myself. But yes, I love this movie. I loved the costumes, the outfits. We need a part 2, okay? It's that John Chu, because he's the director or creator of this movie. A part 2. I hear they're working on a part 2, but like, I need it faster because I'm ready to just salivate all over the beautiful designs, and I want to see what Rachel will be wearing to her wedding, you know? If you haven't seen any of these movies that I'm talking about, definitely go see it. Just for the outfits, just for the fashion alone, you should watch it. Now, what list about fashion and film does not incorporate Sex in the City, the movie? The first one. I mean, the fashion in part 2 was great, but the fashion and the storyline in part 1, I mean, that was my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. I remember when that movie came out, I bought the DVD and watched it like every weekend just because of the fashion, really. The storyline was great, but I got it, I understood it. This is all thanks to Patricia Field. I mean, come on. She is the one who really made sure that every character, especially the main 4 characters, had their own style, had their own fashion. And I appreciated it, because there were sometimes I'm like, you know what? Although I might feel like I'm a Charlotte, I definitely can rock what Carrie's rocking today. I love what Carrie has on. I feel like I'm more of a Charlotte, maybe like a collaboration of like Charlotte and Samantha, or maybe that's what I want to be. I don't know. I've never really done like a test. You know, like this little cute Cosmo test to like, what Sex in the City character are you? I never took one of those, but I feel like I kind of identified with Charlotte a little bit, but then I also saw myself in Carrie, but then also in Samantha, but then I just a sliver in, you know, Miranda. And then I hear that, you know, these 4 characters are supposed to really embody what one woman is anyways. So that even makes more sense. Like, this is really how one woman would be. She's gonna be a boss. She's gonna be intellectual. She's gonna be into like her very feminine side. She's gonna be in her fashion bag. Like, she's just all these different things. I can appreciate that, but the movie from like even the montage of like Carrie do this wedding photo shoot for Vogue. Oh, that click flash scene with like Sierra playing and click flash. Oh yes, that whole little, I could watch that over and over and over. Even when I hear the song, it makes me think of that scene. The moment when she, you know, puts on the gown, wears a little bird on her head for her, you know, soon to be husband, and you know, when he disappoints her and she comes out and she beats that man with her bouquet. I felt every whip, every beat, and I cried. And I cried when I was sick, because like, how dare you humiliate me too? Because I felt humiliated for Carrie. How dare you? And then the end, when she walks into the closet, every woman's dream closet, with the blue Manila Blahniks kind of waiting there because she had to go get her shoes before the penthouse was going to be sold. Like, don't forget your shoes are there. And then she walked in and the closet was done, and there he is. And then he proposed with the oh, not that they can make a movie. They can make a movie sometimes, but I can tell you this, the fashion in that movie really made it just everything pop, everything work. There's probably still outfits in there that I'm just like, I want that. Like, I definitely wanted the belt that Carrie had on in like almost every scene. Like, there was this little black studded belt that she always wore. I wanted that belt. I wanted that belt so bad. And I feel like almost every woman I know who loves a good pair of shoes has those blue Manolo Blahniks. So like, that movie already left an impact on so many women and girls, and just people who like fashion, not even just women and girls, but people who just like fashion in general. That's definitely a movie that's on my list that, if you haven't seen it, I don't know why. It comes on like TNT or TBS, one of these channels, like almost all the time. I mean, yeah, the movie might be 2 hours on DVD, but it might take like 8 hours if you watch it on regular TV. That's just how it is, all the commercial breaks, but I promise it's still worth it. So this next movie, now, I feel like there's never enough time to watch all the movies that you want to watch. So I didn't per se see this one when I was sick. I mean, I did watch a lot of movies, a lot of TV, but this one's just on my list of just movies in general that has great fashion, that literally impacted me as a child. I remember hoping I can save up enough to go to Wet Seal Yes, Wet Seal, if you can remember that. It's a store in the mall that sold clothes from this movie. And I am talking about the 90s cult classic, Clueless. Yes, from the plaid skirts to the, high knee stockings and the very coordinating outfits. I mean, this was 90s fashion at its finest. I loved everything from even some of the grungy looks to the very more put together preppy looks and stuff like that. Oh, it's just taking me back to that time. Yes, I had no money and I really just I can't even afford the cute little skirt that's like $20 or $40, but boy, oh boy, did I want it. Did I have to go to Walmart to do a dupe and make my own little skirt, my little knee-high stockings, and try to see if I can go to Payless to find some somewhat Mary Jane style shoes or something. I don't have a picture, and if I did, I don't think I would show y'all because I literally tried to put together my own type of Clueless outfit with a little crop top and everything. Baby, that movie influenced the way I dressed, the way I looked at fashion, and just Cher and Dion, they were it. They were it for me, okay? I mean, the iconic yellow plaid skirt with the matching vest, little crop top and a little jacket. Coordinate, all right? That was everything. I wanted that. I even wanted Dion's outfit. Yes, you are a 90s cult classic movie for a reason, if not the fashion. And I watched it recently and I'm like, the storyline is all right. Maybe as a child, this made more sense to me, but now as an adult, I'm like, okay, all right, Cher. All right. But still love the movie to this day. I can still watch and just, turn back into a little kid again, just enjoying it for the first time. But that is a movie that I love. Oh, I love that movie. I love the fashion in that movie. Yes. Okay, another movie that has iconic fashion. I mean, to this day, I have seen so many people recreate the main character's hairstyle, giving the essence of the way she coiffed her hair, the outfit she wore. I mean, you see posters, people love this movie and this character. And I am talking about Breakfast at Tiffany's. We all know Holly Golightly, and the whole story is, she's really trying to find a rich man to sponsor her life. That was the main goal here. And she would go to Tiffany's and have her nice croissant and just envision the lavish life that she was meant to live. Girl, I feel you. I feel like I'm meant to live that life too. Maybe not eat a croissant looking at a Tiffany store through the window, but to actually get all the beautiful things that Tiffany has to offer, because girl, I feel you. But the fashion in that movie is so iconic. If you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. Yes, and then her cat named Kat. All right, that's all I have to say. If you have not seen this movie, I feel like I'm giving so much away. You need to see this movie. If not just for the fashion, but for Audrey Hepburn, because I mean, she looks fabulous. So there has been rumors that there's going to be a part 2 to this movie, which I'm like, just leave it alone, because this movie, I think it just hit 20 years or about to be 20 years or something like that. And I love this movie. Sometimes I just don't want you to remake a movie, redo a movie. I mean, unless you can get every character that was in the original to be in the sequel. All right, and you have a fresh take to give, but still kind of weaves in or ties into the first movie. I'm usually for it. Let me just tell you the name of the movie. I'm talking about The Devil Wears Prada. When Andy, young, wide-eyed, just graduated from college, goes to New York City, the big city, and she's really just trying to get her career in journalism. Okay, I'm gonna go to, it's not called Vogue, but we knew it was Vogue that she was, going to work at. And she runs into Miranda Priestley. She's the editor-in-chief there. But yeah, that movie was everything. I mean, there are still lines from that movie that I use today that why is no one ready, when she's trying to get things just Miranda's lines herself. Maybe not Andy, maybe not Emily's lines, but Miranda's lines, girl, because she has some one-liners in there that you could really say, especially if you're trying to boss it up to be funny too. I love that movie. I mean, let me know, what's your favorite line from that movie? Because there's so many zingers from that movie. Oh, and I forgot to talk about Stanley Tucci, how he helped Andy get together. You know, Anne Hathaway's character, when she was like, I don't know, like, why does she hate me? He's like, first of all, the outfit, dear. The outfits. Get that together. And he helped her, and it's like, all right, I did good and you learned well. I want to see part 2, because I definitely want to see the redemption of Stanley Tucci's character after, you know, Miranda snubbed him at the end. I want to see where Andy went, because she left, you know, her job, even though she was good at it, but that's not the job she wanted to be good at. She wanted to be a journalist. So if we're going to see that, I want to see the, you know, where Andy is now. And Emily, is she in charge now? Is she somewhere in the high ranks? Is she like an editor-in-chief at another magazine? Is she over like the digital publication? Like, I need to know. I kind of do want to know what happened, where they left off, but then I'm okay just like imagining on my own, because that movie was well done in the fashion, the education that I got about like how things trickle down in fashion. And she's like, oh, it's just a blue. And you had that frumpy sweater that I'm sure I picked out in this very room. That was not what cerulean, I believe. Like, I don't remember all the lines, but like, y'all know that moment when she was just like a little snicker. And Miranda was like, I'm sorry, is something funny? It's like, y'all are just, you know, fighting over like a blue belt or whatever. And she was like, you think it's funny? Like, it was just Meryl Streep. I mean, that woman, she can do no wrong when it comes to acting in a movie, because she be bringing it, and she definitely delivered as Miranda Priestley. So yeah, I want to see that movie if it's gonna be done, because I'm hearing rumors they're doing a part 2, but do it right. Because if not, it's been so many years, leave us alone. Don't bring it in just so you can make some money, because if it's not gonna be done well and not gonna be done right, I don't want it. I don't need it. The first one's enough. I can live off of it. I can still get stuff from that movie because I enjoyed it. The Devil Wears Prada will always be in my like fashion movie hall of fames, because it's good, all right? It's definitely good. You should definitely check it out. And then tell me like, what's your favorite line from that movie? I definitely want to know, so leave a comment down below. The next movie, it portrays fashion designers, but the way this movie portrayed a fashion designer was on like epic proportion. Like, it showed the designs were extravagant. In the movie I'm talking about, it's an old movie, but it's a good one. Oldie goodie. Yes, I'm talking about Mahogany with Diana Ross. Y'all, if you have not seen that movie, some of the lines on there, I mean, with Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross. All right, so in the movie Mahogany, Diana Ross as Tracy, this young designer, and the love interest, the leading man in this movie is Brian Walker. Like, he's a community activist in Chicago. He really reminds me of like, maybe this could be like a young Barack Obama or something. I don't know, that's kind of what I think of. So I get that vibe. But when I tell you Billy D. Williams brings it, I mean, him and Diana Ross's chemistry was always magical. I mean, talk about black love, okay? So yes, I love that movie. I love the whimsy of it, definitely the fashion elements, the outfits, the couture gowns, her taking off to become this fashion designer, but yet a star, a model, and then kind of it all just going away, and her having to go back to her hometown, or go back to Chicago, to her beginnings, where she meets the man that she had fell in love with, but she had kind of like, I don't say left him in the dust, but like pursued other things as she traveled around the world to be this international designer, model, star, and it all comes crashing down. But that man that she had left, he didn't forget about her. He was right there. There's like a line in that movie, if I get it right, let me make sure, it's like, let me tell you something, and don't you forget it.
Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
girl, you have to watch the movie because Billy D. Williams literally says it's so smooth, so slick. Now that was Riz. Back then, what he had, that was definitely Riz, because I would have been like, okay, Billy, take me away. Okay, but anyways, we getting off topic. But yes, the fashion in the movie Mahogany, I love that movie. The fashion was great. The music was great. Just the chemistry between Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross, they did no wrong. They always did just the best scenes together. I need more movies like this right now. Who is the Billy D. Diana Ross of our time? If you know, and you see that chemistry on screen, and like when they work together, it's just like magic, let me know. But I can tell you for sure, it's a good movie if you want to watch about fashion, about, you know, just wanting to like try to fulfill your dreams. Mahogany, watch the movie. It's good. I don't want to give too much away because, you know, for people who haven't seen it, I don't want to like give away the movie, but it's definitely one to watch. And peep the fashion in that movie. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot about this movie. And it is so good. I'm gasping because I almost forgot to mention this movie because we need to talk about it, okay? And it is, all right, you might laugh because it is a Disney film, a Disney movie, a little like remake-ish thingy. But baby, the fashion, even the storyline, and the actress who outdid herself, yes. Emma Stone and Cruella, yes, that movie right there. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Just for the fashion alone. The storyline was pretty good. The acting was great. Great actors in it. Emma Stone and oh gosh, who was the woman who played her like boss? Cause I don't want to give away the storyline, but there's another main character. She's done a lot of great movies. I always liked her. I can't remember her name right now. If I remember, I'm gonna put it on the screen because she's a great actress. But she's in that movie, and just her and Emma Stone, girl, that movie. If you have not seen it, why? Don't think because it's a kid's movie like you can't watch it, because you can. And when Emma Stone has that one scene, because she's like a aspiring fashion designer and she has really great fashion sense. She just knows how to like make a gown that's very bespoke, very custom to her, who she is as a person. But there's a scene where she transforms a gown, she lets it on fire and it turns into a whole nother gown.
Do you have a light?
Like, first of all, the risk you have to take to put yourself on fire to make sure that it reveals another gown and not burns you, but you still look fabulous. Once the ashes of the dress on top burns away and turns into that new gown, I don't even know what else to say, because that movie right there was like, okay, all right. It made you almost see like the human side of Cruella de Vil, because we know she's a villain, all right? Yes, she is a villain in most of the movies from 101 Dalmatians. But in this movie, baby, she is not the villain, okay? We are rooting for her. We know she's gonna become a villain, and we understand her backstory and why she becomes a villain. But before she becomes that cruel, evil woman, you see her, you know, as aspiring young girl, woman, just trying to like make a name for herself in fashion. And I love it. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. If you've seen it, let me know what outfits, because I mean, there are some things that I'm just like, can you really do that? Can you really like light a dress on fire to reveal another dress? Like, is that a real thing? Is that just all CGI? Just the fashion in that movie. And yeah, just the way she took bold chances, risks. She was like a risk taker. That movie, Cruella, I can't believe I almost forgot that movie. A must watch. Definitely just a great film to watch. The next movie I want to talk about, I watched this when I was sick, and I'm kind of mad that no one told me about this movie. I just was looking up like movies about fashion that, you know, had Dior inspired clothing, gowns in it. And when I Googled that, this movie came up. and it featured Kate Winslet. That's her name, right? 'Cause I always want to call her something else from Titanic. But no, her real name is Kate Winslet. Yes. She is the star in the movie called The Dressmaker. Girl, this story is about a woman trying to like get answers about her childhood because a lot of it's been blocked out. So she goes back home to her old town to figure out, uncover stuff, to wreak revenge on people who were like haters when she was growing up because she got teased, and to help her mom out who was sick and kind of senile. So just the way this all unraveled, how she even kind of falls in love with this guy who wanted to prove. Oh. If you have watched this movie, please tell me how you felt about the ending, just everything, because I felt like it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Like, why? It's like she's always been playing these movies where like even the Titanic, it's like, it's not fair. Why? Why do you find someone that loves you so much and then they're gone? And then they're gone. The movie's not just about that. It's really about the fashion that she brings to this small town and how it not only gives everyone like more confidence, more self-esteem, but it transforms them. It makes someone who was maybe kind of a pushover, maybe scared, very meek, mild, never wanted to say anything. You know, she put on a beautiful gown on them, made it very custom. Everything was haute couture because everything was literally built to one's body to accentuate their curves, their legs, whether it was, you know, they had a short torso and long legs or a long torso. Like, she made sure it was bespoke to each person who came in. And there's like a character in there who was like the town's sheriff who loved fashion but always like hid it. I mean, just this character alone, he was like, hold up, is that Dior? And she'd be like, I mean, it's inspired. He's like, yes, I know, that's Dior from 1952 to 1954. Like, he was on it, okay? But yeah, if you have not seen this movie, because I'm mad that no one told me about this movie, I had to Google it and find out about this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you have an Amazon membership, I mean, maybe there's on other platforms, but I definitely watched it on there for free with my Prime membership. But it was good. I definitely can, like, I will watch that again and again and again. All right, so it's called The Dressmaker. If you like Dior, if you like haute couture, if you like gowns, if you like fashion, if you like a good storyline, if you like love, if you like revenge, ooh, baby, because she does get revenge, all right? Yes, I can do a nice gown, I can sew it up, do it really nice, but I'm gonna get you. I didn't forget, I'm gonna get you. That's the character in this movie, all right? So if you want to see a revengeful, straight no chaser, I don't care, I'm getting you back, watch this movie, because at the end, you're just like, what just happened? What just happened? The Dressmaker, it has not only Kate Winslet, it has Liam Hemsworth. So if you want to see a little bit of eye candy from like just a sexy man, he's in it. I love that movie. Just watched it for the first time. Upset that I didn't know about this movie sooner, so I could have watched it and enjoyed it many times since it came out. I think it came out in 2015, so I could have watched it so many more times. But anyways, I know now. If you have seen it, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below, because I don't know anyone else who's seen it, so I can't even talk about it to anyone. It's like I'm talking about it to you right now, but like I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. But if you have seen it, can we have a conversation? Because I need to know why. Why? Like at the end, why? Because a lot of that stuff was just like, why? I can't even talk about it too much. I don't want to like give away spoilers, but please, I need to talk to someone about it. I need to sit a friend down so we can have a conversation, because we need to talk about this movie. It was so good. Okay, all right, let's go on to another movie that it was my fault that I didn't watch this movie sooner than I originally wanted to see it, because I remember when it came out. This probably came out in 2021, 22. It wasn't that long ago. I remember seeing the posters and like the trailers. I didn't see a lot. It wasn't like heavily pushed. And the movie I'm talking about is Miss Harris Goes to Paris. If this movie you are screaming, rooting for the underdog, the little person, the one that's overlooked, the one that's working hard every day. A regular person who's just, I'm just out here grinding, working, and I fell in love. I fell in love with a beautiful couture gown. I didn't even know you can make gowns that are just custom for you, okay? I remember that feeling when I found out that a couture meant to have something that was customized to you. And high couture means like it was, or hot couture means it was like high quality, premium, the finest of silks, linen, wool, just all of that stuff, the beautiful vibrant colors. And baby, when Miss Harris sees a couture gown, a Dior gown, okay, and fell in love, I mean, she saw nothing else. And that is how I feel when I see some couture pieces. I'm just like literally in love. Like, it's no one else but that couture piece and me. So she has one of those moments in this movie. She has a lot of those moments in this movie, but the fashion in this movie, I mean, even from her, like, I'm just a regular person who just wants to save up as much as I can to buy myself something nice. I feel like we can all relate to that at some aspect, some way. There's a time when there's something that we really wanted and it was maybe a little bit out of reach, but we're like, you know what, I'm gonna save, I'm gonna work hard. I can't get the movie away because there are some sad moments. I know the movie was beautiful. It was shot in London. It's shot in the time of when Christian Dior himself had opened up Dior and was making couture gowns, was making outfits. This is before he even like opened up his gowns and designs to the world. It was just very strict to Paris, to Europe. I mean, you could always get a gown or something if you flew to Paris. You can't just go like to New York or Japan or London. No. It was just you had to go to Paris. You had to go to the very original one. Only one place had Dior couture, and that was Christian Dior's, very first boutique. And I love the story. I've watched that movie so many times. And I definitely watched it again when I was sick, but I wish I just knew about it sooner. I would have loved to see that just in theaters, just to see the gowns be like big, life size and everything. But yeah, that's just me. When I love a good movie, I want to see that like just really big, where it's like glooming over me and I can just really take it all in, see every intricate design. Because sometimes it gets lost when you're seeing like a little smaller screen, like a TV screen. I mean, it's not that small, but it can get lost. I would have loved to see that in theaters. I'm just telling you, if you want to see a nice movie with beautiful couture gowns, a nice storyline, Miss Harris Goes to Paris. Love that movie. I love how it kind of rhymes. Miss Harris Goes to Paris. But yeah, definitely check it out and let me know if you watched it and if you liked it, or maybe you didn't like it, but let me know anyways. So I'm just gonna wrap this up because I just feel like I should talk about this movie because it just came out, just meaning like a year ago, like this past summer. And it's the Barbie movie, because the Barbie movie definitely did impact a lot of people last summer. I mean, when I tell you I saw Barbie pink everywhere, and I feel like there's still remnants of that, because I have been now a person that's come out the closet to say that yes, I like pink, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because before I was just like, I like pink, but like not really. And now I'm like, I like pink, I don't care. I want to shout it out. And I really think that has to do a lot with the Barbie movie, because a lot of pink was on display, a lot of beautiful fashion that incorporated the color pinks in different shades of pink, and I appreciate that. It made me be able to stand up and say, I like pink too. And I liked Barbie when I was growing up, and I like Barbie now. So I think I even got some like cute Barbie shoes. Let me show you the shoes that I got, because I didn't get to wear it when the movie came out, but I've been wanting to show this to people. So let me go show that to you real quick. So I recently got these shoes, and they are inspired by Barbie, like a Barbie Aldo collab. I just have to show you because, again, if you are new to my channel, maybe you don't know this, but your girl likes sparkles. And I said, I have recently told you that I am not ashamed to say that I like pink. So I got these shoes that not only are pink, but they're also sparkly. These are my cute Barbie slides. Yes, if I had these slides when the movie came out, maybe it came out last year, I don't know. I just saw it, you know, one day scrolling, you know, online shopping, and I had a gift card and I was like, I'm gonna use it to buy these slippers. So I bought them, love them, need to get an outfit. Well, I have an outfit to wear with them, but I just haven't worn it yet. But aren't these cute? Oh my gosh, I mean, the sparkles itself, the crystals or rhinestones or whatever it is, just on its own, it's gorgeous, okay? So I got this, and then, you know, it's Barbie, it's inspired by Barbie. But yeah, I just had to mention that movie. Definitely great fashion, definitely some beautiful Kens. If you didn't like, you know, like all the fashion, you might have found a Ken in that movie that you might have liked. Oh, all the handsome Kens that were in the movie, I appreciated them too. Definitely a movie that I will add to my list of like films that have beautiful fashion. I have gone on and on about these movies that I've watched when I was sick, some that I didn't watch when I was sick, but definitely love. You know, definitely leave me a comment down below telling me about some of the movies that you love that have beautiful fashion, because I didn't get all of them, but I'm sure there's even more. I mean, we can talk about like Coming to America, we can talk about Confessions of a Shopaholic. There's just so many more movies. I can't even think of all of them, but there's just so much more. Definitely leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of this video, because I just wanted to talk about fashion. I really did want to talk about it with my friends, but you are my friends, so I was like, let me talk about it with you. Someone please watch The Dressmaker, okay? So we can talk about it even more in the comments, because the conversation still does go in the comments. I do respond to the comments down below. I mean, be nice. If anything, I respond to comments that are not hateful and mean, but if you're positive and nice, I can have a conversation with you. That is great. All right, we don't have to agree on everything, but you can still do it in a respectful way. But yeah, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to, you know, hit that thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the notification bell so you can be informed when I drop a new video. And then until next time, thank you for your support, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.